What is up, you guys? This is Primetime War Thunder coming to you guys with another video. So sorry that I haven't been posting for a while, but yeah, I just been busy with life and stuff. But definitely decided to get back into it and start recording again. This video is a special video. It's gonna be answering the question whether you missed out on this J-7D or not. For those of you that don't know, you can no longer purchase this airframe. So if you didn't purchase it during the previous sale, you missed out. So right here we take care of this F5 that was chasing another F5 with a PL7, and this MiG-23 was coming in, but he decides to break off, which is good for me. Look around, scan around, see if I can see anyone or not. Don't see anyone that's too close, and until I hear a jet coming, and then I notice a J-35 coming in on my 6. So managed to evade it just in time, and I turn towards it, and as I get ready to start engaging it, I get my PL7 locked on to him, but I didn't want to fire it right away because he was flaring and there was a lot of friendlies around. Um, Somehow my PL7 ended up missing. You know, it should have got him, but it didn't somehow. But that's okay because this thing is just one giant ass Dorito, and yeah, that person doesn't end up missing him. And luckily, I did end up missing my teammate right there, who was not paying attention and was just flying like a little crazy. So I don't know how he and I didn't crash right there, to be honest. But luckily, we didn't. Look around, see if I can find anyone else, any other targets of opportunity. There's a couple F5s, A10, F8U around. That's could be a good target. None of them are coming towards me or anything like that. So I decided to go for this F5 because he's the closest one to me, and he could be pretty dangerous later on depending on how good of a pilot he is. Launch a PL5 at him, and that does end up missing. He flares it, try to go for a cannon run, but I end up missing that as well. And I ended up pulling a little too much right here because I passed out. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to help out a friendly right there, but I do end up getting that F5 right there with a cannon burst. And it's crazy because my aim is either really good on like that, or it's just complete shit and I just miss. So seeing F-111 come in, send a quick burst at it, but nothing happens. I dodge his cannon rounds and definitely don't want to get hit by that. As I'm getting ready to turn into this F-111 as well, a friendly F-8U comes in and takes care of that guy. So now I switch targets towards enemy F-8U right there, and he tries to come around on the, he tries to make it look like he was interested in me, and then we both miss on the merge right there. Now I try to turn in on him, doing my best not to pass out because this thing will bleed a lot of speed, and I just do not want to be passed out right now. I was hoping I would launch a missile out of him, but he does end up being able to turn in just enough that I can't get a missile lock. But a well-placed shot once again takes out both of his wings, and that takes care of that. So, yeah. Now, looking around, see if I can find any other targets. I do see an NF5 right there on my left, and I start turning towards him because I do see that F8U right there as well. We are winning right now. So I start turning towards that NF right there, but he will end up just breaking off right here and just flies back towards the airfield. So I do the same thing. I fly back to my airfield, rearm and refuel, and now I go. Me and this other MiG-21 right here are going to be attacking the NF5 right there, along with this A10 right here, and my my teammate and that A10 do end up trading with each other. They just end up crashing into each other. So I end up attacking the F5 right there. I don't have any interest in turn fighting any F5s right there because I will lose that match right there. So I just keep flying straight in a position where I'm still gaining speed. There's absolutely no way that F5 is ever going to catch me. Mostly because I was already going pretty fast, and just the F5 is just not as fast as the MiG-21. That's just how it is. I do see that the teammate F8U is coming, so I start turning, hopefully to give him a better shot, but that F5 does see what I'm trying to do, so he does break off right there. Which is fine because that just gives me enough time to completely reposition myself, get on top of him. I have enough speed that I can just completely fall on top of him, And as soon as my teammate is out of the way, I can go ahead and launch a PL5 at him, which does end up connecting with him right there. And that is the end of this match right there. So that takes care of all the opponents right there. Now just waiting for the timer uh, to time down. And you can see, I always got to give that GG because, you know, that's just being friendly. As we move on to the next match, we see a fellow J-7D player right here. Lock on to him and launch a PL7 at him, and now there's no more free-to player. Now, as we go down, we do not want to enter the furball because entering the furball is a guaranteed death trap. So we definitely do not want to do that. We want to avoid that at all costs. Make our way towards the back of the furball now, and there's an F5 right there, which is pretty juicy. So I do want some of that. We're gonna ignore that A10. He can't keep up with us, so it's gonna be no issue. Lock onto this F5 right here with the PL7, and boom, now there's no more F5. And check that out though, isn't that crazy? So launch this F35 right here. He's not paying attention. He is now back at the hangar along with this F80 right here. And right here could have been my 5th kill, but of course I have dog shit aim, so I miss all of that. And of course I'm not going to dogfight an F5 because I am a MiG-21 basically, and I will not be winning that dogfight. So look around, start scanning for other enemies, seeing what's above us, below us. Pretty much everyone is below us, so start to look again, and I do notice a Phantom right there being chased by an F80. So I decided to help on that and help out. And as I'm diving down on this Phantom, I do see that F5 from earlier, so I decided to chase that instead. But as I'm getting ready to get a weapon solution on him, he does end up bailing out, being killed by the F80 from earlier. So I decided to re-engage the Phantom, who is now currently being chased by a MiG-23 and a F80. So of course, obviously, he wants me to join in on that fun because why not? Why wouldn't he want me a part of that? As I'm getting closer, getting ready to lock onto him, the MiG-23 does end up launching an R60 at him, but he is easily able to flare that. My dog shit aim once again misses that Phantom. So as I'm turning in, I try not to pass out because I am known for that. And right here, I get another opportunity at this Phantom, but once again, I miss. And now because the Chinese followed the Soviet philosophy of giving you as minimal ammo as possible, with giving you less ammo, I save my ammo for the best shot. As he's flying over the ocean right here, send a quick burst at him, take off his wingtip, but an alpha jet appears out of nowhere and ends up taking the kill. I end up getting just credit for it, but something's better than nothing. Do look around. There's nothing around us in the immediate area that's a threat, and by this point though, there's only 3 enemies left and 7 friendlies. We do have a friendly that crashes into the water, so now it's 3 enemies and 6 friendlies. I fast forward to this part because nothing exciting happens. I'm just rearming and refueling, so nothing that you guys need to see there. The match does end up ending during this because, you know, just classic War Thunder. I'm assuming you guys have experienced. The match ends while you are rearming and refueling, so boom. Alright, so moving on to the next match, looking for other targets of opportunity. See a F4 Phantom right here chasing down one of our friendlies, so I decided to intervene and help out. Now this F5 more likely would have been able to handle itself, but you know, I just decided to be a friendly, good teammate. Launch a PL7 at him, it connects, so ended up saving our teammate successfully. Fast forwarding because nothing happens. There's this F80. Of course, he sees me though, and he's pre-flaring, so I can't shoot my missile at him. My shitty aim doesn't let me get him either, and I pulled a little too hard, so I wasn't able to launch my missile at him right away, which is why, unfortunately, my teammate did get taken out. And then immediately there's another F80, so that was perfect for me because he was just right there in the perfect position and starts flaring too late, and my PL5 just ends up shoving it right up his ass. See A10, that's about 4 kilometers away that I was gonna go after, but he gets taken out. So got a few targets to go for, either this Phantom right here, this F8U, or there was an A7 off to my right. I decided to go after the FAU, but that ends up crashing. So I go for the Phantom, and I didn't want to commit to that because if I tried to, I definitely would have crashed. And as I try to go into the turn with the Phantom, I see that A7D that looked like it was coming towards me. So obviously I didn't want to give my six to it. So I go into the merge with it and try to shoot a quick burst at it, but I ended up missing. And as I begin my turn with this A7, what the friendly MiG-23 does end up getting it out. So I move back to that Phantom right there, and go for a head-on with it, but he does not want to do the head-on with me. So I'd end up getting behind him and try to get a missile solution. It does this weird, crazy loop for some reason and is instantly flared. So I try to go for a gun solution because that's the only thing I have left at this point. And my shitty aim once again ends up missing. And there's like three people that each try to do a pass, and he's somehow still alive. He's not. He is injured because he's trailing some smoke, so he didn't get unscathed from that. But I'm surprised he's still alive. So I wait for a perfect time, and I end up placing a good burst right there, and that Phantom is deleted from existence. Now, move forward, and at this point, I'm pretty much out of everything. I don't have any missiles, and I'm really low on cannon rounds, so I decide to go forward. As you can see, there's only two enemies left, and quite a bit of friendly. So I fast forward, and once again, the match is gonna end as I am rearming and refueling, because that's just how War Thunder matches go. End up getting a good amount of RP from that, so pretty satisfied. Alright, now moving on to the next match, we see right here that we're coming up against the German MiG-21. He fires the R60 at me, but I end up flaring it away, and instead of chasing it, I just decide to see if I can find another target. I considered going after one of these two F5s, but I figured they're too low. I'm giving up too much of my altitude. I had already given up way too much as it is, so I decided to pull off and begin to start climbing. It's a good thing that I did when I did, because that German MiG-21 is coming back again for a second run. I do send another quick burst at him, but he sends another R60 at me. I flare it away. I try to turn into him right here, but he has no interest in any dogfights with me, so he just ends up going straight. So as I try to lock him, I figured, well, maybe I can try to catch him. Who knows? I might be able to, I might not. But as you can see, I'm not catching him. He's pulling away from me. So I look around, see if there's anyone else I can help. And I do see this FAU right here that's going after a friendly MiG-21. So I decided to intervene in that. Fairly close. So I line up a PL7 at him and shoot it. And I thought that it was going to hit, but he ends up flaring it. But said launch a second one at him, much closer range. He is unable to flare that one. So that German MiG-21 comes back for a third run, but this time I'm luckily able to get him with the cannon burst, take off his wing, and now he's gone. But of course, friendly, comes in and takes your kill because they see that there's a plane that's already damaged. I thought the Shahak was coming towards me. It did look like it. He probably was, but decided to pull off and go after that other MiG-21. So I end up shooting a PL5 at him, and that does end up connecting. So ended up saving him. I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of consider letting that Shahak kill him because he's the guy that stole my kill. But yeah, I'm just not that type of person. So look forward for new opponents, and I see this A7D that looks like it might be coming after me. Possibly not. It might be running away from that J-7D or something. So I go after it, but then I notice on the minimap that there's someone that's fairly close to me. I do look behind me and I do see someone, but nothing ends up happening from it. And since I'm fairly close to this F4, I had a decent amount of speed. I figured it might be close enough for me to get it, but he does end up kind of flaring it, and he's able to outrun my missile. So I tried to give chase for a little bit, but while the J-7D MiG-21s are relatively fast planes, they're not as fast as the F-104. So I break off because I do see another MiG-21 coming towards me. So and we do end up exchanging gunfire, and we both end up getting each other. I end up spinning out of control, so I have to J out. But he does end up being stable for slightly longer. My pilot clearly did not survive that. And it's crazy right here because look, he's making a left turn and he's somehow surviving. He's still stable, but it is what it is. So I look around to see if anyone can see him, and he's right there, the silver Titan. I do end up getting that kill eventually. Alright, so moving on to the fifth match right here. We see a tornado that is crossing in front of our path, lining up a PO7 at him, and he's able to flare it, but he does cross my guns, and I'm able to crit him. Not entirely sure why it is that he continues to flare like that, but hey, you do you, buddy. That's his final act in this game right here, so. Look around, see if I can find anyone else. I don't end up finding anyone else, so I fast forward because every time I would get to someone, they would just get killed or something would happen, and so yeah, I wasn't able to get anything. See this British MiG-21 right here, launch a PO7 at him, and he safe to say he did not see that coming. Now I'm turning around to go back to our base, but I do see on the radar right there that there's someone coming my way, and it is a Phantom. Unfortunately for him, he probably just took off while I'm extremely light right now, and I'm able to severe him right there and take him out. Now, the crazy thing is that right now, my team was severely outnumbered. There was only like two of us left, and myself and this MiG-21 right there. While there was still roughly four people left on the enemy team, so me taking out those two guys right there definitely helped us out. And I fast forward a little bit because I was just going back to base to rearm and refuel, and another A10 had already crashed, which now left him at 3. And then I see this A10 right here, and he just does not notice me. I kept expecting him to, stop flaring. He did not, and yeah, so that left it so that there was only so that it was 2-on-2. Like, damn, talk about a comeback. At this point, I just end up, going back to our base right here, the closest base that's not protected, but I felt, comfortable enough to go to it because I figured the other guys are probably needing to RTB as well, and they're gonna go back to their good protected base because they just want to be safe. And at this point, I only have about 2 minutes of fuel left. As you can see, I cut my afterburner to save as much fuel. And yeah, so fast forward a little bit to this Mirage. I try to send a burst at him and get out of the way, but unfortunately, he does end up taking out my left wing right there. I go into a spiral, but I do end up regaining control here, and luckily, teammate comes in clutch and takes out that Mirage with a Russian radar missile. Those early Russian radar missiles can, they can be pretty good if the other person's not paying attention because they're not really expecting radar missiles at that BR. They're more they think it's a heat seeker, so all they do is just try to flare it or something, and yeah, you can get it off some pretty crazy foresight. I thought I was gonna crash right there, but luckily I didn't. And once again, my teammate it does end up taking out the other guy. Now, as we move on to the last match right here, we come across another German MiG-21, only this time it's not going to go like the last time, and my PL7 will make sure of that. And yeah, so look around, see if I can find another target. See an A-7D that's pretty close, figured, okay, maybe I can get this one. He starts pre-flaring, which is the right thing to do. Start to turn into him, but this thing is a giant air brake when it starts to turn, so I decide to disengage, and I just decide to build up my speed again because I lost a good amount of it right there, and I know that A-7D will not catch up to me, so I just gotta keep going straight and continue to build my speed and my altitude, and I'll be okay. The A-7D does eventually pull off on me, so he finds a new target to go after. Now right here, I do see this A-10 right there, and since I'm above it, I'm pretty sure it hasn't noticed me yet. And I managed to get around it, and yeah, let's just say this A-10 is not gonna be an issue for our team here in about 5 seconds, and there it is. So that was pretty cool on my part because somehow he didn't see me at all. He was just not paying attention. He might have been AFK. Who knows what it is? But I managed to get that kill right there. I do see that same A7 from earlier, and since I'm fairly close to it, I decided to go after it again. Now, I do launch a PL5 at him from about 2.5 kilometers, thinking, that should hit. It doesn't. I'm assuming it just lost track. Luke shoot another one from a lot closer range. Somehow still misses, but Hugh can't flare 23 millimeter cannon rounds. So I ended up taking him out with that. And now that's my third kill right there. See ya, F111 right there. Decided that's a pretty good target for me to go after. I still got a pretty good amount of cannon rounds left that I can use, even though I don't have any missiles anymore. But looking around, make sure no one's trying to come after me. Just because in this one, there's so many red markers all around you that it can be hard to tell if there is someone around you. And complacency is what gets you killed. So look around, don't see anyone. Fast forward a little bit. See this F5 right there that managed to kill one of our teammate, and I go towards it, and we end up taking each other out in the merge right there. He does pilot snipe me, and but I do take off his left wing right there. He's somehow still flying, but I switch over to the F104 that's on my team, which is that's that same F5 from earlier. So either he was gonna crash, or this F104 was gonna get him, or the SAT was gonna get him. But he does end up crashing into a building. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and please stay tuned for a lot more videos like this.